something that I've actually been doing with my kids. A lot of, as you know, a lot of the stuff I do in my classroom, I share with you because that's half the reason I create the stuff, because I need it myself. And I want to make sure that you could see different ways that you could use it. So we've been online teaching, and we've been learning, so distance learning, remote learning, whatever you want to call it. And I've been using Google Classroom. And one of the things I made last year, because I needed it when we were in online learning last year for my class, was these elements of music Google Slides. And it's a student-centered learning activity. So this is what I love about this, is that the kids, it's really is a set and forget. Honestly, it's much easier on our part in terms of you give them the information, you let them give them the slides, and they just go and learn. And but there's some ways that I want to show you that you could actually follow up on that learning, because it's one thing to actually have them do the activity, but it's another thing to see if they've actually learned it. All righty, so I'm going to share my screen. Famous words of 2021, I swear to goodness. Okay, here we go. All right. Actually, I'll show you this one first, actually. All righty, so the thing is, you get two versions when you buy this one on Teachers Pay Teachers. I know I use the word structure, but some people use form. Okay. The thing is, as I said, you get two versions. So you get a Google Slides version. So if you are in a Google Classroom, you can obviously just assign this, make a copy and assign the pages that you want your students to do. Or if you are in the classroom and you want to do something printable, or you've got students that you have to hand this to because they are printing, need to have it printed and want to do some handwriting and actually physically write into the thing, you can also do that because you get a PDF as well. But as I said, I'll just show you this. So this is the PDF, but the Google Slides is exactly the same. The only thing with the Google Slides is that there's actual boxes there for you to type your answer into, so the kids don't have to do muck around with text boxes or anything. Okay, so this is the beautiful thing. So definition, element or concept, and then find an image. Now that's the key. So not only do they have to find the definition, they've got to research the definition, they've got to make sure they assign it to the right element of music, okay, or concept of music, depending on what you're doing, but they also have to find an image, and that, as I said, is the key. That is what makes it stick here, and that's what makes this a really great activity for your kids to do and to learn their terms. So you can see here there's a stack of them. Alrighty, all the terms for structure. And so I will go through, oops, don't you love it when the phone, and one of the things I do always give you is a blank ones, so that you can actually add your own. So if you wanted to add a different term that I haven't included that you need to, and you think you need to add, that's what you do. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing on that one, because as I said, that's the PDF version of the Google Slides, but I've also got, I'll show you some examples in a minute as well. Probably should have started here, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Don't you love it? I just want to go from the beginning. Thank you. Alrighty, so I don't know why I've got the introduction to the elements of music. Anyway, but we will be, I will give you a brief explanation of structure, and I'll talk about a student-centered lesson with the Google Slides, okay? And then I'll also talk about how you can actually then connect this using a couple of other things to really, as I said, cement that learning with your kids. Alrighty, so we know that the 8 elements of music are in alphabetical order: dynamics, form. If you call it structure, it could be over there. Okay, but dynamics, form, harmony, melody, rhythm, texture, timbre, and tonality. All right, and so we're looking at all things structure. So structure simply means the order and arrangement of the different parts of a piece of music. Form also means the order and arrangement of the different parts of a piece of music. It's the same thing. But let's have a look at the Google Slides. So, as I said, what I really love about it is that you get two versions. So I know personally, I said we've been in lockdown learning, or remote learning, or distance learning, whatever you call it. And I've had a lot of kids who are actually online, but I've had a lot of kids that I've had to provide a printed copy for, because they were struggling to do the online learning. So this still meant that they could do the activity because I had a printed version of it, so they could just do it that way, as opposed to doing it online. But most of my kids did do it this way. Okay, so I said two versions of Google Slides version and a PDF. Now it's student-centered. The thing is, once you give this to them, they have to do the work. It's not you saying, this is what you must write. They have to look up the term. They have to look up the term monothematic. Google it, find it, copy it, discern which is a good definition, and then add it in there into the definition. Okay, copy and paste if they need to. There's nothing wrong with copy and pasting, because let's face it, we all do it. They also then have to, as I said, connect it to the element or concept of music, and then find an image. And as I said, that is the trick. And I've got some examples of some of my students. As I said, I've only done this in the last couple of weeks myself with my year 9 kids. And I did similar stuff with my year 10s last year, but just a different concept, because that's what we were up to. Now, as I said, they have to research the definition. Okay, there's 2 to a page. All right, they have to research the definition and find an image, my favourite part. And here's some student samples. So as you can see, there's a student sample here, and they've got the definition there for form, saying the order and arrangement of the different parts of the piece of music. Okay, they've obviously identified that it's for structure, and I love that image. The image is it's a structure on a building, so it's that form or formwork. Okay, depending on sort of what you actually do. Don't you love it when your phone goes off? And I love this other one. A few kids actually found this one for ternary, and I just giggled. So it's a piece of music with 3 sections. The third section is a return to the first, A, B, A. So I said they had to find these definitions. But I love that they've used ABBA and they've got rid of one person. I love it, ABA. I mean, they're going to remember that it's ABA. They're going to remember it. So another couple of examples. Okay, chorus. And I love they've got their seagulls. And if you've ever been on the beach or anywhere where there's seagulls, they're loud and they're noisy, and so I love that these kids found that particular example. I also like that the other one they found there was solo. I don't know if that's available anywhere else, but here in Australia it's a lemon flavored soft drink. You guys might call it pop, soda pop or something. I don't know. We call it soft drink. So it's just bubbly and it's solo. And so, yeah, I love that they remembered it. I mean, it's got nothing really to do with music, but solo, and they're remembering the solo. And again, another couple of examples from my kids this last couple of weeks. So the introduction there, I love that they found an image of the start. And then again, for coda, they've got the correct definition, and they've also got the end. So we all know what that image is there with the ending of the Looney Tunes thing. That's all, folks, and that's the end. So it's a very iconic image that, as I said, they would remember, and I obviously remember, and I had a giggle, as I said, when I was marking that with these kids. But here's the thing. So it's one thing for the kids to actually do that. Now, as I said, I've been remote learning. So one of my things I'll be doing when we get back to face-to-face teaching, which is next week, can't wait, is to actually follow up on some of these activities that we've done. So I could have easily done another Google activity and done a Google form where they've had to do, multiple choice questions, which I probably still will. But that's still it's not necessarily really cementing that knowledge. It can be a bit of luck when they've only got 4 choices with a multiple choice question. But here, if you combine the elements of music form, Google Slides, the student-centered, them doing the work, and then combine it with the music memory game, okay, which is the memory card. So I've just got one here. You could see coda, and it said I like to do them so that the actual definition's on the back. You can do them separate so they can play a different game. Again, another way to cement the learning. But with these, okay, combine it with the mind maps. Why not? And then everybody's learning. Okay, so this is why I'm saying we could do this. So I'm pretty sure I talked about this last week. So this is my structure mind map or form mind map. So I said I like to think of things called tripod, types, range, role, register, identify, phrasing, ostinato, and diagram. So that's one thing. And we can use these, as I said, these mind maps in so many different ways. And don't forget, they're free. You can go to, I've made it easier for you. If you go to julia.com/free mind maps, you'll get there and you'll be able to actually put your information in and you'll be sent a free copy. Okay, so here's the thing. It's one thing to do it, but this is one way you can actually use these in the classroom. So I personally, what I would be doing is giving the kids the mind maps, and I'd be also giving them the cards. Okay, so all these cards are set, and I'd probably get them to work together and say, okay, using these cards, put them around the mind map. So if you can say, for example, I'm just pulling them off the top here. So monothematic, where does that fit? And they could easily then go, okay, well, it goes under, it's a type of structure. So they would add it to on that one. So let me just go to another card. Repetition. Well, where does repetition fit? Well, repetition, I would hope they would see that it fits under an ostinato, because that's what an ostinato is. The term here, phrasing. I said, these are just random. That would go under phrasing. A riff is, oh, sorry, it's a bit hard to see there. We'll get it right there. There's riff. Okay, again, a type of ostinato. Oh, it actually just has ostinato. Solo. All right, so this is a section of the song. Okay, so again, they could then talk about all these terms and they could add it to the mind map. And then you could say, well, what are we missing? And then, again, you could do the next activity could be, all right, now that you've got your mind maps and you've done that, now go and do a gallery walk and actually check with each other and see what other people have got on theirs. And is there something that you need to move maybe or take off or add or something like that? And again, it's just another way of cementing that learning. So not only have they learnt the terms, they've then been able to actually classify them and put them into these mind maps. And then again, once you've done that, then you would actually be able to cement the learning even more so by using it and applying it in either performance, in their compositions, or in their listening, okay? So I will just say, I said it was going to be a quick one tonight, but you can find plenty of classroom resources ready for you to use today over in my Teachers Pay Teachers store. Use the link in the description below to find my store, or honestly, if you Google Julia Teaching Resources, you're going to find it, especially if you go to Teachers Pay Teachers. And just as a reminder, if you'd like a copy of the free Elements of Music mind maps, use this link. I've made it easier for you. So julia.com/free mind maps. And that will take you to the page that says, put in your info and I will send you the free mind maps. And again, you can find more information on structure, because that's what we've been talking about this month, in music on my blog over at juliajulia.com. If you go to there and the Elements of Music, you'll be able to find it. And I can't say enough, but thanks for watching. As I said, it was a short and sweet one tonight, so thanks for watching. All right, beautiful people. As I said, that's it from me tonight. It was going to be a quick one. I've been doing a lot of other workshops this week, and I've got another one on Thursday. Today's only Tuesday, so I was giving myself a night off tomorrow night. But I said, just a nice simple activity. Sometimes the most simple activities are the best. Google Slides, get the kids to do it themselves, student-centered. As I said, you don't have to do anything. You just set and forget, let them do it. And then to cement that learning and make sure it actually goes in is to actually combine it with another activity. So follow it up with something else so that they've actually got some really good solid foundation of knowing their music terms, I said, which is so important for so many reasons, not just for listening, but for performance, for composition, and for being a good musician, basically all around. Okay, so until next time, I'm Julia from Julia Teaching Resources, and I'll see you next week. Bye.